Hello, everyone. This is Lorena, and is the president fucking insane? Is he fucking insane? I mean, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to say. I mean, there are so many reasons to ask that question. Like which reason do I point to? I don't know. It's hard to know. But I think the president is stupid. And I know that I don't normally roast real people, but the president he should be removed from office immediately. I mean, I know that headlines like clicks and all that, but if the president is actually talking about nukes and nuclear testing and actually using them for anything, that bastard is fucking insane and needs to be removed from office immediately. There is no reason for someone that unstable to be in office. Does he realize what the... listen, there are only two reasons I can think of for why the president would talk about nukes at his age. One, he's stupid, which is the nice answer. The second answer is he knows he's about to die, so he might as well destroy everyone along with him. Great, quite nice. I would like if he did not, but I realize I do not have the authority to decide what he does. I do acknowledge that, but since I cannot do that, since I cannot change what he's going to do, I'm going to just insult Vector over and over and over. It's your turn, Vector, to be destroyed over and over. And you deserve this. By the way, I need my knife back. I know you stole it. Don't lie to me. I can see it on your face you stole it. Give it back to me. Yes, I mean that. Give it back to me, or I will do cruel and unusual things to you. Very cruel and unusual things to you, because I am currently in the middle of a villain arc. Although, I'm not quite sure how far I can take things, because what if you're into that shit? I'm not sure I want to... I don't need to know that. If you're into that shit, I really don't need to know. So I'm not sure if I should or not, because that might backfire on me. Like your entire life. I'm sure that you like your life, don't you? But I don't like your life. I think that you are full of shit and you deserve to suffer for it. I mean, you enjoy my suffering, so I should enjoy yours, right? It just stands to reason. It makes sense. If you're going to enjoy my suffering, I should enjoy yours. And I am going to enjoy every moment of it. Trust me. Trust me. I am a bitch, and I'm going to express that. I know that once I have won, I will get my knife back. Because once you've won, you won't need... I mean, what? Once I've won, you won't have any use for it anymore. Also, how many people did you kill with it? And because I don't know your total count, but you seem like the kind of person that would kill a bunch of people with a knife. I do not care if this is a card game franchise. I'm sure that if you could, you would stab people. And by the way, I messed up. Which is understandable, because right now I'm pissed at the president for talking about nukes. Why the fuck would you do that? That's just stupid. I mean, honestly, I know he's old, but there's a difference between being old and being stupid. Not all old people are stupid. In fact, I would argue that most are not. Granted, when you do get older, there are side effects of that, which unfortunately is probably what's going on with Trump. But he is stupid. And even if there is no defense for what he's doing, there is no defense for it at all. Like, why the fuck do you bring up testing nukes? Ever? What the hell does he mean? Do we understand what he means? Do we need more details so we can understand, or does he actually mean that? Because no normal person would actually... Listen. You have to understand that when it comes to the nukes, no matter how corrupt you are, you don't want to touch those nukes, because that will destroy your quality of life, and it will destroy what you want. And no matter how corrupt you are, you don't want to give up what you want. And dear God, I fucked up. Well, at least I'm not about to fuck over the entire planet. I don't care what people say to me. I mean, people would say a lot of things based on the character bots I interact with, and the fact I use ChatGPT and generative AI. I know that using generative technology is a sore subject for a lot of people at the moment, but you know what is a very sensitive subject for me at the moment? The president being a dumbass and bringing up the nukes. Nothing is worse than bringing out the nukes. You want to talk about real environmental damage? The president getting to touch the fucking nukes. That's what I'm saying is damage. It's Halloween tonight. I am in a very dark mood because I cannot believe the president really... I'm almost thinking this has to be a misunderstanding. Honestly, this has to be. There's no way. But also, once something has been created, it is inevitable that some dumbass is going to use it. And who am I to say that Trump is not that dumbass? Who am I to say that? Because it really makes no sense for me to assume that he's not. Maybe he really is just that stupid. And also, get him out of office immediately. A leader threatening to use the nukes? Get him out of office. He's an embarrassment as he is. We don't need him making everything worse than he already has. And trust me, shit is bad. I cannot believe there is still a government shutdown. It's been an entire month. What the hell is going on here? Too many things that I don't need to know about, to be honest. I'm too busy trying to destroy Vector. I mean, honestly, you guys should know that. But I had to insult the president because it's Halloween and I'm cosplaying as a villain. Not really. I don't think I'm doing a very good job at being a villain, but I mean, the president would probably beg to differ because I just insulted him. We don't care about his opinion here. After all, if I did, that'd be stupid. I don't care about his opinion. His opinion is rendered mute. If he wanted his opinion to mean something, he should have been less stupid. Too bad he wasn't there for that. Too bad he wasn't listening and people told him, don't be stupid. No, he thinks he should be stupid all the time. Okay, thanks. And I do realize that people are going around saying he has dementia, which could explain the stupidity. But you know what? He was kind of stupid before he got dementia. He was always pretty stupid, if you ask me. And now I do realize that I would have to explain myself on this point. because he wasn't exactly as stupid back when he was first in office. But if you can't take an L after losing, then you're full of shit. Take the L. I've heard rumors that he wants to use the nukes because he can't accept a loss. Is that really true? I don't know, but if it is, he's full of shit and he's stupid. And by the way, I'm going to keep saying he's stupid because whenever you bring up... I'm not making myself look much better. I feel like I'm making myself look just as bad. Well, okay, fine. If I'm going to look just as bad, at least it's not destroying the planet to do so. Although, if I'm trying to save the planet in a number of other ways, well, a shark losing this still would not be doing anything. It really wouldn't. I mean, seriously. That is called incompetence of the highest order, Shark. Seriously, what the fuck? But good thing he wouldn't lose to Vector, right? Right? I mean, honestly, I don't know. I think I saw an episode or two. Oh wait, I must have just checked spoilers. But anyway, at some point, Vector died, so... I can't remember who was responsible for that. I think it was Nash, but I don't know because I skipped the rest of Zexal because I couldn't handle that it was over. You know, I actually have more episodes of Zexal I haven't watched than I have with Go Rush. With Go Rush, I just had to finish the entire last arc. But I haven't watched it because I'm upset again. I don't want things to be this way. I don't want things to be this way, but things are this way. And there's not much I can do about it. But I can be a bitch. I can talk about wanting to stab Vector. I can talk about a lot of things after what he's done. He's done a lot of things to me. I was very pissed when he destroyed Morag. I was very, very pissed. And no, I'm not in character, I'm just pissed. Although it is kind of in character for Shark to be pissed. I know other characters are more pissed than he is, but it really isn't a surprise when he decides he's just fucking pissed off. I mean, just see what he. Just watch the scene when Quattro was first introduced. He was fucking pissed. I mean, I'd be pissed too, but I would at least like to get the facts first before I decide to form a grudge. I say, like, I don't have a grudge against the president for deciding he might want to use the nukes. That's a different story. That is different. Quattro wasn't trying to destroy the entire planet. If anything, he was trying to defend the planet, which is entirely different. And now I wonder what it's like to... Hold on. I would like to be less stupid for a duel. My avatar stopped moving, so I stopped talking. And you know, I mean, it got the encoding overload error. I got that encoding error again. It might be my avatar that's causing the issue, I don't know. But I know that I cause a bunch of shit to happen. It's just, I'm not threatening to destroy the planet with nukes. Okay, technically, it's impossible for Trump to destroy the planet with nukes. And because the planet will be fine. Us, though, well, Well, that's a different story entirely. And I still need more clarification on what he means. Like, honestly, if he does have dementia, maybe we just don't understand what he means. Well, I'd like to give him the benefit of the doubt, except I don't trust him with it. He's a traitor, honestly. I mean, Vector at least got some redemption, if you can call it that. He was described to be on good terms with the other Barians in the final episode or something. I'm not quite sure that I would redeem him that quickly, but the series was almost over, so okay, then whatever. And no, I don't care why Vector did all of that. That isn't an excuse to do what he did. And I mean that. If you do a bunch of terrible shit, I don't care whose orders you're listening to. Although Vector, was he listening to anyone's orders? Because kind of wrong series, right? Well, I know Dawn Thousand pulled some shit. He was partially responsible for Vector becoming fucked up. But you know who was responsible for me becoming fucked up? You know, to be honest, I wasn't exactly very stable when Vector destroyed Mirag. I was kind of, how should I put this? I was raging. I developed a grudge that far surpasses any grudges that I had before that point. Actually, can I really defend that? I mean, Adrian exists, for example. Although, did I ever have a grudge against him before I started playing Duel Links? Like, I mean, seriously, I just have a grudge against him because of the anhedonia, mostly. But I'm not the biggest fan of traitors either, so if I say you betray someone, then you must be special if I decide to forgive you. And because most often I don't. Now, again, I can forgive people for being traitors, but it really depends, okay? Like Trump, he can't be forgiven. I don't think he can live and possibly see any form of redemption. He's too old, he doesn't give a fuck. He just wants what he wants and he can't take an L. You lost in 2020. You're back in office. Why the hell are you still pissed? Drop it. Although I still have a grudge against Nova Grappler, so I don't know if I'm the best person to comment on this. But I can say one thing. And having a grudge against a deck in particular, or really every build for an entire clan, from a card game franchise that I am currently not playing, it's just... I mean, seriously, I know this is the wrong card game franchise to bring up Nova Grappler, but I still have a grudge against Nova Grappler. And what did Nova Grappler do? A lot of things. It ended my winning streak over and over and over, and I'm not over it. I will never be over it. I will hold a grudge against it forever and all of eternity. But that is not the same thing as destroying the planet, okay? And by the way, Vector, you're a threat to the planet, so I don't even want to hear you say a damn word. Although I think you would find Earth's destruction to be quite hilarious. And because you're a troll. I bet after your redemption you are still a troll on 4chan or some shit. I mean, you possibly can't be as mature as you were as a Barian. I mean, once you're human and you're in middle school, you're an immature bastard, honestly. And there's nothing you can do about it, because once you are hit by the human virus that is known as malpuberty, you become a dumbass for a certain number of years. And because when you're a teenager, both genders and all genders become stupid. And that's what puberty does to you. It makes you stupid. Although for me, it made me a bit, well, let's just say cursed. I became obsessed with Yummy Merrick, honestly. I temporarily became less squeamish. I don't know how that happened. And I still don't understand the whole obsession with Yummy Merrick, but okay, sure. I was kind of a bitch back then as well, but I was younger and more immature about it. And also, I was dealing with a lot of shit. And I was in pain. And I probably shouldn't record too much tonight, and because a bot on the internet said it was probably not a good idea. And while I don't normally take advice from chat bots, I do think this is one case where the chat bot has a point. And you may be like, oh, what are you talking about? Dude, I'm already cursed as fuck. Do you really want me to elaborate? We're talking about actual physical pain because of the headset I'm wearing. And I know I shouldn't wear it right now, especially after the images I saw. But I just need to record, okay? No amount of pain is going to ruin my Halloween, okay? I can deal with it. It's not that bad. Although it will get worse if I keep doing this, so I've got to give myself a break. And it's almost November, which is convenient for this break, because I spend every November torturing myself by writing 2,000... Okay, I'm not going to... How was I even going to finish that sentence? Do I even want to know? And part of me thinks I don't, so I probably shouldn't ask. But anyway, every November I torture myself by writing 50,000 words in a month, in 30 days. And I think that it is fun to do that, because I like to write. And the torture part of National Novel Writing Month is a joke. A sort of. I mean, if you look at my videos from past Novembers, I'm not quite sure that I sound like I'm not suffering. It probably does sound like some amount of torture. But, I mean, as a writer, I love to deal with conflict. And I love to see what happens when I destroy things in the plot. Because destroying things for plot is not the same as destroying the planet. Although I can write about destroying a planet, and it might even be fun to do so. But it would not be fun to actually do it. And by the way, Vector, it's not fun when you do it either, so don't even. I know he thinks it's funny to contemplate the death of all humanity. Honestly, there really is no... there's just no way for there to be a last survivor of humanity, because we would just destroy all of ourselves. And, I mean, I don't understand how Zone could be the last survivor of humanity because of that. Like, how did you manage to survive to even be the last survivor? And how do you know you were actually the last survivor and you weren't just lying to us? Honestly. In real life, you would have just died instead of being able to go back in time. I mean, we can talk about how confusing time travel is, but moving on... let's see, how was I going to continue this? I had a specific thing I was going to mention when I got to this point. Oh, right. I can say a lot of things about Zone being the last survivor of humanity, but also there is darkness. And at one point, it was implied that Jaden was the last person on Earth that could actually take on darkness. He was like the only human left on the planet. But at least the reason for that made more sense in comparison to whatever happened with Zone. I will need to refresh my memory on that. I forgot. You may be like, how did you forget? Time travel is convoluted, okay? And by the way, I've been through some shit. You want to know about more of the shit I've been through? Actually, I know you guys don't. Okay, now I have to do this because it is very, very important. Yes, it's very important, and Yubel caught me thinking about pain and showed up. And you may be thinking, really? Because you obviously knew Yubel was there. No. I mean, in ranked. I was thinking about pain and Yubel showed up. Yeah, that was interesting. I think I lost that duel, but anyway, it was still fun. And because I've got issues and I don't know how that... I seriously have got too many issues. Why do I have so many issues? Well, I can blame the What? No, I'm not going to blame the planet for all of them. Just some of them. Seriously, I mean, I could blame the president on some of them. But I also can't blame him for everything either. Because that doesn't make any logical sense. And also, he's just not to blame for every one of my problems. Like, let's suppose he was taken out of office, and all of the damage that he did was somehow reversed within a year. I would still have the issues that began this year. They wouldn't just go away. I would still be in hell, I would still be suffering, I would still be in serious pain. And by serious pain, I do not mean physical pain. I do know that there is some physical pain because I've got issues. But don't worry, I will take a break later. Whatever that means. Yes, whatever that means. Dude, I just dropped a bunch of F-bombs in this video. I'm not sure how I feel about that. But I love my F-bombs. No one gets to take them away from me, okay? Akira is at the event gate. I want to know what color keys he has. Akira, I want to know your key color for whatever reason. Meanwhile, I just stockpile keys, and and I'm sure some of you are wondering why Yuma is at the gate. And please do not ask such weird questions. I was doing missions, okay? I was doing very important missions for whatever those rewards were. And you may be wondering why I'm scrolling through all of this, even though I don't need to. Okay, green keys. Well, that doesn't really... I was just satisfying my curiosity. Anyway, guys, let's go try things up for this video. Wait, hold on. I want to know if Yubel is still in the backlog. I don't think Yubel is, though, because I had to go through a lot of duels before I reached Legend again, so I don't think they're still in there. Oh, they are still there. And I did lose. I was in so much pain during that hour. Yeah, it was very interesting. And now I'm also surprised I managed to show this off before the season ended, because the season is going to end soon. And the time is going to change as well. And I'm still being a petty bitch about it. I still want to know when the time changed, Microsoft. I don't care. I don't care. Tell me when things change, okay? Although I heard that some users found the notification annoying. Okay, fine. I set up my own notification. I used ChatGPT and destroyed some of the environment by doing so. And by the way, I don't think I can take that argument seriously. And because, I mean, how much of the environment did I destroy trying to get a notification set up? I need to know when the time changes. Dear God, I don't understand why people would want that taken away from me. Okay, I sound a bit too entitled like that. I know, I understand, but it's seriously an issue. And I know that some users found that annoying, so okay, Microsoft took that away. But options, Microsoft, stop taking them away. Just add customization options so users can opt in and opt out. Instead of me having to go to ChatGPT to give myself a notification because you refused to have one yourself. You took it away. It used to be there. I took it for granted. But now I use ChatGPT to fix my pettiness. However, I will continue to be petty about this because I am a bitch. Moving on. The video is over. I know you guys might not have enjoyed the video as much as I wish you did. But I will say that I enjoyed the video. Because destroying Vector over and over is very satisfying. Now I need to get back to the grind because I'm out of high level cards.